Welcome to Coach Kent Sports. I'm Coach Kent. Tonight we're going to do a new little thing. Since I got fired from my Lily coaching job, we're going to teach you everything you need to know about sports. Okay? So be tuned into other shit, kids. This is all you need to know. We're going to do 3 segments tonight. First one is recap. That's where we talk about stuff happened in the past. We talk about it and we move on to the second thing, which is a top 3 list. That's where I name off 3 things that I can do in reverse order. And then we talk about that too, and then we move on to the final thing, which is the ball buster. I got a few things on my chest I'd like to get off, and I'm going to get them off for you tonight on Coach Kent Sports. So go ahead and get yourself a pad of paper, maybe a pen, because you want to take some fucking notes. I'll give you a second. Alright, let's get started. Alright kids, let's get right to it. Tonight's recap. Tonight we are going to recap the NFL playoffs and the 2 dipshits that cost their teams a chance to play in the Super Bowl. Talking about Billy Cundiff and Kyle Williams. Billy Cundiff missed a chip shot field goal to send that game into overtime. You know what his job is, kids? His job is to kick fucking field goals. They pay that guy $1 million to kick field goals. There's one job easier in this world than kicking field goals. That's pumping gas. Remember that. Kyle Williams can't catch a fucking punt. You stand out in the backyard with your dad, he'll throw you 30 balls in there, and guess what? You'll catch 30 balls. Kyle Williams can't catch 2 of them. Okay? And then he goes over the sideline, sits there and cries like a little baby. If I were Jim Harbaugh, I'd have walked over there with the Gatorade bucket and dumped it on his head. Said, thanks a lot, Kyle. Cost us a game. Now we ain't going to the Super Bowl. And if you do remember, in the Super Bowl, we had a little rematch. You had Eli versus Tom. Tom Brady, who don't deserve nothing, ever. Okay? And Eli put it to him again. Came out there, made Tom Brady look like a little bitch with his long hair, running around, throwing balls, okay? You know, Eli's out there representing New York City and beating them. And that's how it happened again, and that was game over. Okay, so that's tonight's recap on the NFL playoffs. Alright, let's do tonight's top 3. Tonight's top 3 list. 3 guys that I could hit a fucking dinger off of. No problemo. Number 3, Rob Dibble. I know what you're thinking. This guy, he wasn't a bad pitcher, had more wins than losses, handful of saves, pretty good ERA. You'd be right. You'd be right. What you may not remember is back in '91 in April, when he hummed that 400-footer into the stands and hit that lady. That lady was my pregnant girlfriend. We was on our 2nd date. I swear to God, if I'd have been paying attention, I'd have turned around and whipped it right back at his ass. But I'll get my chance. Number 2, Jose Lima. This cock right here lost 102 games in 13 MLB seasons. This sumbitch came out there trying to lose, I swear it. He couldn't hit water if he fell out of a goddamn boat. This guy right here. He'd throw me one of those little pussy fastballs. I'd turn around and hit that thing right to fucking Oakland. Number 1, Ernie Fulton. Went to Southside High School. You may know him. He works up at Dale's off the interstate. I hit 13 home runs off this motherfucker in Little League and 9 more in high school, including 3 in a sectional game. He was trying to throw me that backdoor curveball, and I was turning the corner on that bastard all night long. That's our top 3 for tonight's show. We're going to move on to the ball busters. Hang with us. Alright, kids. Alright, tonight's ball buster is a big one, the NBA. I hate that league. I tell you what, that league is worse than Ernie Fulton's curveball. Hands down. I am so tired of watching LeBron James cry. I heard LeBron James cry once. I called him up. I was like, hey, LeBron, you got any naked pictures of your wife? He's like, no. I said, well, you want some? Dipshit. You got Carmelo Anthony naming himself after a candy bar. The only great person named after a candy bar is Babe Ruth. You can't argue it. Best goddamn baseball player ever. You know, Kobe Bryant, everybody screams, oh, Kobe's the best. The best at what? Getting caught raping people? I mean, is that something to be the best at? This game was much better when the referees were betting on the games. Okay? And that brings me to tonight's words of wisdom. I'm going to take you out on this. I'd like to read you a little quote by a little man named Pete Rose. Pete Rose once said, you owe it to yourself to be the best that you can possibly be in baseball and in life. Now what Pete meant by that was that there's money riding on everything in life, especially baseball. And if you don't go out there and play your best, you're going to wind up broke and a loser just like his son Pete Rose Jr. Okay? I'd like to thank you kids for tuning in tonight, and I'll see you next week. Until then, remember, keep hitting them home runs and line drives, babies. Dingers and stingers for Kent Murphy.